Entara Testa, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kylaris, and I'm so ill. So if there's like loads of sniffling during this video, please just ignore that aspect of this because I just want to bring you more videos and stuff like that. So yeah, this game is going to be a game between two players that I have seen on the forums. Yuffie against MagmuHittsu. I'm not so sure where that name comes from, but it doesn't matter too much. Both of these players are around 2.5k on the ladder at the moment, so quite high, doing quite well. And I pretty much just wanted to bring this game to you just because it has a bit more diversity to what you're normally used to seeing from Protoss, especially in the opening early stages of this game, which is quite nice because you never really see much else different-wise. So yeah, I wanted to just kind of show you this, and it's interesting. And eventually, I really want to bring you some of my own games, but all my ladder games are always extremely boring. They always end pretty early because either some Terran just goes all in and goes, I'll throw things at you, and then I defend it, and then he GGs because he's rubbish, or some kind of Zerg. Well, I have problems with Zerg still. I still have problems with, oh my god. But so I just go Blink Stalkers on them and win every game. And most of them 6 pull, so you just wall in and be like, her 6 pull, her. So yeah, it's quite interesting. So anyway, back to this game. As you can see, Yuffie is going to be doing a little bit of poking around with this probe. There's no reason why you can't do a bit of poking around with this probe in order to have a little bit of do a little bit of harass on your opponent. Even if you can get these SCVs on these barracks, it's always really good. But as you can see, Magmu is going to be able to fend that off quite easily. Yuffie at this point just playing quite a standard game, as is the Terran at this point, to be honest, as well. And nothing too different going on right now. Oh, and I'm so sorry about being ill. I really should take better care of myself for my dear viewers. Just having a bit of a drink, sorry. And going to be morphing this into an orbital command, very normal, and going to be grabbing that cybernetics core as well. And just in case you're wondering where the 100th video is, I don't want to do the whole Q&A thing whilst I'm all fluey and rubbish, because that'd just be rubbish. So yeah, we'll be doing that later on, as for now it doesn't really, I don't need to do it when I'm all ill, because that'd be just crap. So Magmu is going to be doing a bit of scouting in here to see that second gas going down quite early-ish. So he is going to have a good idea of what is going on. Stealing a few minerals. Oh, you sneaky little FCV, you. Stealing those minerals. Bring those back. But going to be running away with those minerals. Ha ha ha, they're mine. And he's just going to be scooting out to the base. And we do see an early tech lab here for MagmuHittsu. He did grab one marine, but then just went for that tech lab straight away after that. Grabbing a second barracks, I'm going to be grabbing a few marines from there. Grabbing those concussive shells, as they do just dominate Protoss early game. So this Stalker, if those concussive shells are done by the time the Stalker gets down there, this Stalker could get picked off, which is really, really bad. It's nice to be able to try and apply that early pressure early on with that Stalker and that Zealot. As you can see, Yuffie is trying to do that here. But once this concussive shell goes up, it's going to be shutting that down so fast. He is trying to do a little bit of sniping action on here, but these concussive shells will kick in, and Yuffie wisely pulling back at this point. And that's something you've really got to look out for against Terran early on. It's the fact that, oh, but this probe's sneaking past, which is quite cool. You're going to maybe get a little bit of scouting off, and whoa, what's going on with this frames per second? Right, it's done. And it seems like there's now going for a robo bay, so quite a quick robo bay as well, but one gate into one robo is quite common now against Terran, as you really do want that observer out pretty quickly, or an immortal if you see that there's going to be some really early pressure coming along, especially from these marauders. So now throwing down a command center, going to be trying to go for that 2 barracks expand. And just grabbing a few more zealots. This rally point's a bit off though. I don't think he'll want him to be rallying it all the way over there. And throwing down a second gateway now just to add some more potency to this army. Yes, as you can see, that zealot has been pulled back now. And Stim is now on the way for Magmu as well. So it seems like at this point Magmu's just going to be playing some kind of very, very kind of economic build here, throwing down that bunker in order to prepare to land that command center, not looking like he's going to put any kind of pressure on very early on, and a really, really quick robotics bay from Yuffie here, getting that immortal out as well in order to be able to survive any early pressure. Although that being said, I'm not so sure that this build... I mean, if a Terran was going for a very, very quick, like, stim, and, like, more, just a big, like, 3 racks play, because I'm not so sure that, let me have a look. Has it been scouted? No, the second barracks hasn't been scouted, so at this point Yuffie doesn't know that there's only 2 barracks here. There could have been a 3 barracks push coming in, and that could have really hurt Yuffie at this point. So that's something to bear in mind, but it's nothing too consequential, since it didn't happen in this game, so, you know, maybe good game sense. I am not one to nitpick at these things, since this is a 2.5k player and I'm only a 2.1k player, so I give Yuffie the benefit of the doubt. And just grabbing that first Colossus even, and as you can see, Magmu has landed that command center, grabbing that refinery pretty early and transferring a nice healthy amount of SCVs there. So going to be in really good stead when actually going into the later stages of this game. But by the looks of things, Yuffie does realise that there is going to be a command center coming up quite soon, and is expanding himself, or herself. I don't know if it's a her or a him. I'm going to assume it's a him, because you never see girls on these games. Girls don't play games, although evidently they do from one of my casts. So we do have Thermal Lances finished now, but Thermal Lances wasn't finished. No! There is now a Warp Prism speed being researched, and a Warp Prism coming out. Oh wow, I didn't realise that the Thermal Lances was cancelled. So this is going to be really interesting, kind of a change of minds from Yuffie at this point, and this missile turret are going to be able to prevent any kind of DTs coming in, as well as any observer action coming in on this angle here. So we do have this Warp Prism out, and it's picked up the Colossus. Oh my god, is this actually happening? So, yeah, Warp Prism speed being researched, and Warp Prism speed is really, really damn good. It really, really increases the potency of Warp Prisms, and as you can see, it's just rocketing now across the map, and at this point, Magmu does not see this Warp Prism coming in, so this could cause a massive amount of damage if used correctly, and it seems like it's throwing down more racks, and he does have that the starport up there, but this Colossi are going to be preventing that barracks from going up and taking out quite a few of these SCVs already. We're up to 4 kills, and now the Marauders are going to come in and prevent this from happening. So picking up that Colossi very wisely, bringing it to the backside. Oh, and actually going to be trying to pick off more. Be nice to see that mule go down and kill the mule. Yes, killed the mule. That's a really big hit on a Terran economy, but this is a huge hit in general. 11 kills now on this Colossi. These Marauders coming around pretty slowly, but are going to be picked up once again, moving it over. Taking out maybe another one? Oh no, these Marines are going to deny that. But nice play there from Yuffie, really utilising Warp Prisms. And is it going to... Warp Prisms are so fragile, so it's really, really kind of a tense moment when just a few Marines do get under there. And now going to be pushing in a little bit at the front, trying to take out this bunker as quickly as possible, and it does go down from the shots of the Immortal, so really nice there, blocking off this ramp with the force fields in order to be able to trap as many of those units as possible. And now SCV is trying to get in on the action as they really want to get some kind of kills. Going to be moving back now, probably at least saving that Colossi. Really nice use of Warp Prism once again in order to be able to save the really important units, and going to be moving around to the backside now. But whilst all this is happening, Yuffie's minerals are getting quite high, and you must remember when you're actually doing this kind of really micro-intensive play. I mean, look, up to 18 kills now on this Colossi. It's going to get even more kills on these SCVs very soon, although these SCVs are all surrounding the Colossi. And yeah, as I said, you really need to keep in mind that this is hugely APM to micro-intensive to a point where it's really hard to control you. Oh my god, now while saying that, a big counter-attack going on from Magmu here, going to be taking out quite a few of these units. These Zealots are going to be able to come in and do quite a bit of damage since all these units are really, really low, but since they've been stimming, and now another Colossi coming in here in order to be able to fend this off. So, nice counter-attack there by Magmu, and what was I saying? Yes, this kind of Warp Prism Colossi play is extremely micro and APM intensive, so you really must remember that the APM that would have been used to create a lot of these units from these gateways, etc., is really kind of invested in killing a lot of the probes with this Colossi. So it's really kind of a sacrifice as to what you want to do with your APM, and until you actually increase your APM. And I'm not saying that a 2.5k player doesn't have a lot of APM, because they do, or good micro skills, I should say, because APM is less of an issue in comparison to the actual micro itself. But you really want to kind of balance actually being able to kill off a lot of their probes whilst still being able to macro back home. And as you can see, to be honest, I mean, this Colossi has paid for itself tenfold, since it does have 40 kills, ladies and gents. So there is a big push coming in here. This Colossi does fall, which is a big hit. And now all these Stims and Marauders are going to be doing a huge amount of damage. It does have +1 weapons on these, as well as getting +1 armor on the way. A few Immortals coming out as well, and Yuffie is trying to secure his or her second natural base even. So these Colossi are going to be able to rip through these units effectively, as there are quite a few Zealots to support, and wisely picking up these units here in order to be able to get them away as quickly as possible. Oh, actually going to be bringing them round to the backside maybe in order to be able to do a bit of damage. And now Yuffie is going to be breaking down these rocks in order to be able to make sure his or her expansion is going quite nicely, and nicely taking out that medevac there with these warping in stalkers, so really nice use of that as well. Oh, excuse me. This Twilight Council has been up for quite a while, but it hasn't been used, so I would like to see that get some usage quite soon. And at this point, Magmu is really kind of committing small chunks of